Here I have some calcium carbide that I bought 4 years ago and never used. It kind of just looks like a bunch of rocks, but it's actually kind of dangerous. This is because it can react with water to make acetylene gas, which is really flammable. This is cochineal, which is a parasitic insect that generally lacks self-locomotion. What's interesting about them, though, is what happens when I crush them. They leave behind a lot of nice red powder because they have something in them called carminic acid. This is commonly used to make dyes for foods and in things like lipstick. This is a mineral called pyrite, and it kind of looks fake, but it's actually completely natural. Pyrite's also sometimes called fool's gold, and it's able to form in a few different ways, but I think that this cube form is the most interesting. What I find weird is that it's shiny and cold like a metal, but it's not a metal at all. It's also very brittle, and it can break quite easily. This is sodium cyanide, and it's quite useful in chemistry, but it's probably best known as a poison. When it's pure, it's perfectly white, but this stuff is slightly yellow, and I think it's because it's old. Now, when it comes to poisons like sodium cyanide, they are very toxic, and it can make them a bit scary to work with. However, what I find surprising is that it still takes a decent amount for it to be dangerous. In this vial, I measured out the amount that it would probably take to kill me. It's not a lot, but it's definitely a lot more than I'd ever eat accidentally. The biggest danger is getting it on my hands and having it go through my skin, but I can just avoid this by wearing gloves. So I needed a radiation sign, but I don't have a color printer. But thankfully I have fluorescein, which is a really strong yellow dye that's commonly used to make highlighters. To make an ink out of it, I just have to add a small amount to water. Now to color in the sign, all I need is a cotton ball. Okay, so the sign is done, and now I just need to cut it up and slap it on my radiation cabinet.